is extremely universal but also unique. And the reason being is grief, there's really no timeline for grief. Grief is different for everybody. That's important to remember. I think in our society, we forget that. We think somebody should feel better at a certain marker, say 6 months, 1 year, some magical number. And the reason why it is so different is because of the bond that you have with that particular person. So if you have a very close bond with somebody, it might take you longer to grieve, longer to heal than somebody who you were an acquaintance with, who you didn't see every day, you didn't share every intimate detail with your life. It's important to remember that there are many common grief reactions, and with common grief reactions, those are really unknown to many people. That's typically why people make an appointment to see me, because they do not understand that what they're going through physically, emotionally, and spiritually, that is actually a grief reaction. They might mistake it for something else. It's also important to remember that there's healthy ways of coping with grief and non-healthy ways of coping with grief. And that's really what we focus on in counseling, is the healthy ways to cope instead of the non-healthy ways. But there's really no right or wrong way to grieve. That's important for people to remember. It's how you cope with the grief. Grief is universal in the sense that everybody experiences grief. Anywhere from young infants grieve all the way to people who are over 100 years old. So it's important to remember that that is a part of the natural human being in our psyche, is that we all grieve.